Welcome back to another episode of DownNotableContent. We are SJ.
And Alex Herschel. And today we are going to talk about the June 9th, 2026 Nintendo Direct.
Let's do it. We got a Direct.
We did get a Direct.
We were planning on recording last night, but then as soon as we saw the announcements, we were like, let's record tomorrow.
Let's push it back.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you said that you have a pretty substantial update.
Yes. So my time with Pokemon Nuzlocke has come to an end. Another couple runs that ended in tragedy. An attempt at a difficult enhancement hack that had a couple attempts end in tragedy, and so I'm frustrated and ready to step away. So I was sitting there. I booted up my PS5, and Crimson Desert was right there. It was right there. I'm looking at it. I go, man, it's time to play some Crimson Desert. I'm like, but, you know,
Not feeling
I think I need something different. I think I need a different gameplay loop to go through. So I go onto the PlayStation Store. I'm scrolling through titles, and I see a game on sale for super cheap that I've wanted to try for quite a while. And it just so happened that this game's price was exactly as much as I had in my PlayStation wallet left over from a gift card from Christmas. So I said, okay, it's time. So I downloaded it. And that game was Bloodborne.
Bloodborne?
And
oh my goodness.
I have been playing it. And I have fallen in love with this game, man. It is so freaking good.
I never would have thought you to be like a Bloodborne guy.
The first area kicked my butt for hours. For hours. It took me... and for context, this is my first real attempt at a From Software game. Just got absolutely wrecked for so long. And I started to kind of get the hang of it. Started to vibe with it. And cannot stop playing it. So I don't have the DLC because again I bought it on sale, right? It was just the base version. The one with the DLC was like an extra like $40, and I'm like, you can get this DLC for like $10 normally. So undecided if I'll get the DLC. I probably won't on this go around, and I'll explain why in a second. But like I've done just about everything. I've got one major optional area left. For those of you that have played Bloodborne, I've got Cainhurst Castle that I'm gonna go through. And as far as the story, I've stopped where I'm in the Nightmare of Mensis. I found a couple lamps there, and just paused because I was like, oh, I should check because I know that I've known for a long time that Bloodborne's endgame happens kind of rapidly. Like you reach a point of no return, and there's still like quite a substantial amount of the game left, but like it locks you from doing anything else until you finish the game.
Okay.
So I was like, I just got to make sure that I've done everything before I reach that point. Luckily, found out that I was coming up to that point pretty quickly, so I took a step back and I've been clearing out the optional stuff. Yeah, it has been so much fun. The challenge has been really refreshing. The design, the ambiance, the world, it is just really, really gripped me in a way. Yeah, man. And not only did I love Bloodborne, but I loved it so much that I went onto Amazon and was able to find the Demon Souls remake for PS5 and the Dark Souls trilogy on PlayStation, and they were both on sale, and I paid like a grand total of $50 for those 4 games.
Oh my gosh.
Have them in my possession.
You're going to go through the gauntlet with those.
I'm really excited. I know I've heard that those games might be a rough transition to go from Bloodborne to that because Bloodborne is a little bit faster paced in its combat. So I'm aware of that. I'm expecting that. So I'm hoping that it doesn't detract from the experience too much. But yeah, man, that's what I've been up to, and it looks like that's what I'm going to be doing for a while now. Because I love it.
That'll take you through the summer.
Probably, yeah.
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 How many hours are you in right now, Bloodborne?
I've clocked about 35.
Wow.
So pretty substantial amount. I lost
Wow.
I lost a good amount of currencies a couple times, which was unfortunate. Um, Definitely could be a good like 5 or 6 levels higher than I am right now if I hadn't.
Dang, dude.
But it's good.
That is a significant gaming update.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah.
Yeah.
That tells me you're not going to be buying any games. They're kind of steering away from that anytime soon. Unless you kind of need a break from the From Software experience, and
Yeah.
maybe you'll play
Yeah.
something.
Maybe I'll reach that
Play a
point.
little bit of Crimson Desert in between or
Yeah.
something, right? But
Yeah.
well, my update is that I am like 255 hours into Grand Blue Relink. So there you have it. That's it.
Is that the new expansion come
uh,
out?
Not yet, but it is coming out this month in a week or two. So I'm kind of preparing for that. I've built like a few new characters that I hadn't played with before, so I'm getting used to their playstyle, seeing which characters I like, and um, yeah, just kind of enjoying the grind. And I was talking with Jordan about this, and he told me that he doesn't like to do this, and I wouldn't think that I would either, but for some reason I have. I've come to really enjoy like grinding in that game while I just have like YouTube or something going in the background.
Mm-hmm.
And just because it's just like, I don't know, it completely removes the I don't know, that feeling of like repetitiveness, it's kind of a drag or whatever. It's not at all. Like if I just have like podcast or YouTube video going on in the background. So I've been doing that a lot.
Nice.
But I'm so excited for the new DLC, man, because like it's gonna because there's like a really like optimal way to build each character right now. There's like a meta that's been established for like a couple of years. But from what I've seen in like the trailers and stuff and how some of those characters are built, it's like vastly different from what we have today. So I think it's gonna kind of turn the current meta on its head and introduce new mechanics and new things to do. So I'm really looking forward to it. But I didn't think I'd be saying this, but you know, there's a thing that I'm looking forward to even more than Grand Blue Relink DLC now based on this direct. So maybe let's get into that.
Let's get into it. Before the video starts,
Mm-hmm.
I just want to preface something. I want to thank Jordan for hopping in our Discord and sharing that he felt like the direct was fairly unexciting. That it had one really good reveal, but that was about it.
Yeah.
And I want to thank him because that's helped me kind of prepare for this episode because I had a lot that I was excited to see, and I think a lot that I'll have to comment on. And so seeing that different opinion kind of helped me like think through, okay, like why am I excited? So it's helped me feel more prepared, and hopefully like I can share some quality thoughts rather than just kind of playing it by ear. So thank you for that.
Yeah, and
And
I think um it is a good takeaway because different people with different expectations and flavors that they like are gonna just take away different things from each direct, right? Depending on what they want to see and stuff. Because like we had other people, you know, say like I think it was Qualthorn, right? He's like, oh, I got hyped for a few things,
Mhm.
and so that's kind of how I felt about it too. But
I think for me, like my expectations when I come to a direct is that I want to see if I see 1 or 2 games that I'm like, yeah, like I'm probably gonna end up buying that, and then you know a couple of things where I'm like, that's probably not for me, but this is something that I like to see within the gaming industry, then I'll walk away from it pretty satisfied. I feel like that's kind of a low bar compared to some others, but
yeah,
that's just kind of how I handle Nintendo Directs because I know that, um,
me too. I just try not to expect anything,
yeah, yeah,
then I just avoid disappointment. Do you recognize this?
that
I know you've
is
seen it. It's a
Skyrim
Skyrim Book of
book.
Restoration. Jordan got me one year. It was like Christmas or birthday or something, just like the whole set of all the different magic.
Nice.
And they're just notebooks. So I use this for work and for a bunch of different things. But I took notes on the direct of things that stood out to me. So as we go through,
There we go.
yeah.
Let's do it. So as normal, this video, as normal with our directs, you can start to play it. But this episode will be a little bit, will probably be a better experience if you can watch the video upload, whether that's on YouTube or via Spotify. Actually, Apple Podcasts have compatibility with that now too. So any platform that you're
Oh, they
using,
do on video. Okay, I didn't know that.
any platform that you're using, you should be able to view the video as we're kind of going through this.
Yeah, definitely watch the video version. So the first one they come out with here is Rhythm Heaven. I thought it was pretty noteworthy because I've never played the Rhythm Heaven games, but I know there's a pretty big following of these games, and it looks fun. It looks cool.
Yeah,
you know.
I like the art
Have you played any
style.
of them?
I have
The older
not.
ones? Okay.
I thought it was interesting that this is what they chose to kick things off with, because like they have the following. The following seems to be like fairly niche, but I mean, after watching the trailer, I was like, oh no, I mean, this seems like alluring in a way where
Oh yeah.
I won't buy it, but
like if I had this line around the house, I would totally play it.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, it definitely seems like one of those games where just because it's like kind of arcadey in nature, you know, it'll people who get into it and put the time into it will get a lot of hours out of it. So
and the couch multiplayer stuff is pretty cool to see too.
Yeah.
It always.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and they had this like
the
weird
RPG
little
combat,
like RPG combat. Yeah. Interesting.
Rhythm games now though, it makes me, it reminds me of Clair Obscure. Because of the rhythm timing. The rhythm timings as you're avoiding enemy attacks. So.
I understand. Should I keep going?
Yeah, I think
I wondered if you might want to talk about
No,
this.
I have a comment that applies to this game, but I think makes more sense to talk about later with a different game, so.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Onimusha.
Uh-huh. This is Dragon's Dogma 2. Which came out, I think, early last year and is getting its Switch version. This one was surprising.
I thought Stellar Blade might get a port to the Switch too, just because it's powerful enough. Yeah, it makes sense to see. This seems like a cool game, Orbitals. It's like a co-op game, right? The art style is like 90s old anime looking kind of art style.
Yeah.
Pretty unique. Have you ever played Rayman?
I have not. I know that it's well liked by its own fandom of fans, and has been like when I actually want to talk about this one real quick.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't imagine that I'll pick up Rayman, but
anyway. Same. This is called Big Walk.
Big Walk.
Yeah, I did want to talk about this too.
So this is from some people who were involved in Untitled Goose Game are involved in this game.
Oh, really? Okay.
And I think it really shows in just kind of its personality with like being quirky and making noises. And then at the end, it talks about like taking people's stuff and throwing it away. I'm like, this is very Goose Game coded.
You just do whatever you want, right?
Yeah.
It's fun. Yeah.
And, like, honestly, like, this seems kind of fun.
I agree. Yeah. I like the concept, like, especially if you can get, you know, a group of buddies to just get together and play this with, or just hang out with, you know, like, because at the end of the day, I think this is just a game that turns communication among each other and exploration into a video game package, and that's how you get your entertainment, right? Like, the source of entertainment is going to come from yourselves.
I really like how it looks too. Like,
I do too.
The character design is fun, but like the world itself like looks like fairly fleshed out and well organized.
It looks fun to explore.
Yeah, I'm actually really on board with this game.
Yeah. No, very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Got a One Piece game here.
One Piece cooking game.
I know Nicholas, our Patreon supporter, is. I don't know if this is. Well, he might play this. I don't know. He loves anything One Piece, basically. So let me know, Nicholas. Okay, we got a big one here. So Pokopia is getting a free update, which is really cool to see. Really similar to what they were doing with Animal Crossing, because Animal Crossing got some free DLC too. So you're going to be able to dive underwater now, which I assume you couldn't do before. And it is also going to have paid DLC as well. And that's going to have more things to do underwater, from what I could tell. More Pokemon, encounters and stuff.
They even mentioned that. Well, one thing about the paid DLC, right, is that they're dropping it in waves, right? Which I actually am a major fan of, because waved DLC, you tend to get a lot of value for that extra payment, just because it is done in waves. Like they want to make each update feel substantial enough.
Yeah.
So while it might not be as much as other DLCs, but within the first wave, by the time it's done, it feels like you get a lot of extra bang for your buck. In my experience,
I don't have all the prices of everything that's announced in this direct noted, but I did take note of this one. It's $34.99, so $35 US for the 3-part DLC. Part 1, I think, available later today. And then the other 2 are going to roll out. Yeah, there you have it. Yeah, this year and then next year.
I really like this. Just because I like seeing support for surprise hits, right? Like and it doesn't seem like money grubby in this way, because the original game is complete and does its thing, and you're just getting more of what you already like. And
they're just giving you more of what people want. People have been asking for. I think people have wanted more from Pokopia.
Yeah, that's one of those announcements that isn't for me. Like, I still don't plan on picking Pokopia up, but I really like to see this.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I know several people in my family that are incredibly excited for that.
I'm sure.
Bro, okay.
I knew it. I knew this was going to be a big one.
This was this was one of the big ones for me.
When did you realize what this was?
As soon as I saw the map.
Okay.
I saw the map and I was like, oh, farm them, boom. We had seen cutscenes of this. We had seen the announcement, quite a while back, but it's just cool to see more of it, and we got more details. And the most exciting thing about this game for me is that there are 4 main characters, and you can play as any of them, and depending on which character you play as, different story outcomes, right? So very heavily leaning into the 3 houses roots that they've established several years back. And it's just, oh man, I'm so excited. Especially because this game is going to be a full price Nintendo game, which means $70 digital or $80 physical US. So, I mean, if this provides the amount of value that 3 Houses did for me and Erica, I would be happy. I would happily pay.
I think that's,
that money.
That might be a tall order, though, because I know that you guys. I think between you guys have done all possible campaigns through 3 Houses, right? Like that's and those aren't short campaigns. Like
they're not. We've put together a few hundred hours.
Like that's got to be for a single player game one of the highest values in terms of time to how much you paid versus how many hours. Like that's got to be up there. Do you have any idea which of these 4 characters you think you want to try out first?
Not really, not yet. I'm probably gonna go with. I'll see what Erica wants to play as first, and then go with one of the other 3.
Such a good husband, man. That's crazy.
But yeah, we're so excited because what happened with 3 Houses was that we would end up kind of, fighting over the Switch a little bit. To see who got to, but then whoever is playing, the other person would just be like watching. It's like what happens in the story in this, during this timeline or whatever, right? So it's so interesting. It's so fun. And I won't go into the details of it. I could make a whole episode about this, but there are some serious lore implications in this trailer and in previous trailers. Like there are characters we see in this that are in 3 Houses, and people that look similar and stuff. And this takes place in the land of Dagda, which was a kind of this place that was mentioned many times in Three Houses, but we never got to visit or know much about. So I'm extremely excited. And another thing that Erica told me just a little bit ago was that she is so happy with the art style, because what hooked Erica onto Fire Emblem to begin with was the art style. She liked to watch her brother Christian play Fire Emblem, and she always thought that the characters looked cool and unique and stuff, and that's really what drew her to it. And Fire Emblem Engage just didn't do it for her, and I totally understand. And
Is it just is it because of the blue red hair?
that's part of it, but also a lot of other, like, I don't know, you just have a lot of
They just seem more
clothing
generic.
styles that are just way more out there.
I see.
Um, I mean, you've got
So because this one's like a little bit more grounded,
this is a
it'll-
lot more grounded, and
I
like
see.
the clothings and like it makes more sense for the land in which they live, the world that they've established in Fire Emblem, right? Not to like knock Engage's art style or anything. And I loved Engage. I had a great time with it. I put, 80, 90 hours into it. But that was just because I loved the gameplay and the
Right.
combat, right? This, I'm hoping, will really tie it all together with the superior art style, the great gameplay that they really established very well in Engage, and then we'll see how it goes. I'm so stoked. Yeah, it comes out September, so that's gonna be a long wait, but
Well, see, so that's crazy because I was about to bring up, like, because we got that initial announcement like months ago
yeah,
and haven't heard anything since. And then they dropped this in June and they're like, oh, by the way, 3 months from now, game's coming out.
true.
Like,
True.
that's got to be super exciting, right?
Dude, I'm eating good this year, man.
No, seriously, you're going to have the Grand Blue,
Uh-huh.
and then you're going to have this, and then you'll have what we'll talk about a little bit later in this episode. Like, you're set.
And I've still like barely scratched the surface of the game that we've been playing. The
game we've been playing.
Yeah,
What game?
that one RP.
Oh, Crimson Desert.
Crimson Desert.
Mhm.
I still got to go back to that. So, holy man.
Yeah, you're set.
When am I ever gonna play Donkey Kong Bonanza?
Never.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's awesome, man. And yeah,
So-
that's just what I wanted to
so
point out is
stoked.
that release date comes nice and soon.
September 17th.
Um,
Oh
set?
my gosh.
you shelling out for that? For that?
I thought about it. I'm not going to.
Okay.
I'm seriously considering buying the digital version to save $10 because $10 is a lot. When you consider what kind of discount that is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know, but I like the case and the physical, and I've got a physical collection. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
But
So this Gum Ninja game,
you want to talk about this?
I like the idea.
Okay, cool.
I'm glad that someone came up with let's have a ninja game,
I'm glad it exists.
but they use gum.
kind of goofy,
Like,
kind of cute.
I don't know how that, especially at this day and age where people just talk about how, creatives are stifled, which is absolutely true. There's a lot of homogenized ideas within the gaming industry right now. But like, this got approved, right? Someone made this, and I'm happy to see that it exists purely for that reason, that really out there ideas,
And it looks good.
Yeah, it doesn't look like some, trash indie game. Like, it seems pretty well thought out.
Here's my dilemma with games like this, though. It's creative, right? And it's doing something, and we appreciate its existence, yet we don't buy it. But I do think that we are not the target audience for this.
Yeah.
I might be more interested if I were, I don't know, elementary school or something like that, right? It might be more cool, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, the DK challenge. So if you have Nintendo Switch Online, NSO, there are these limited time event games that you can play. And I don't know, this kind of reminds me of the, what is it, Tetris 99 and the Mario stuff that they've done in the past. They do this kind of stuff every once in a while. It's cool to see. And it runs for a while too, so there you get a good amount of time to play this. I think I took note. Yeah, this starts today and then goes through September 1st, which is my wedding anniversary. So you get all summer to play this.
Yeah. I like when these things happen, just because I think building community is important, and I think this is a good way to do it. Right? It's
Mm-hmm.
not. Yeah, I don't know.
That's
And
good.
it seems to me like if you have NSO but you don't have Donkey Kong Bonanza, and you're like, oh, maybe like I'd like to try it out. Like I think this gives you a little bit more variety than
Yeah, more of an
like a potential
incentive.
demo or something
Yeah.
to see if it is something you want to
Uh-huh.
invest fully in. So yeah, I was happy to see it for sure.
I do eventually want to play Bonanza. I just maybe I'll borrow it from somebody or something.
Did you have thoughts on this?
Okay. Um it is cool. So this is Jujutsu Kaisen, what is it? Jujutsu Kaisen Rumble. Um it's from the creators of
Vampire
Vampire
Survivors.
Survivors, yeah. So you're doing the Vampire Survivor thing. You defeat a bunch of bosses, you power up and stuff, and then at the end of it, you compete against the other players or CPUs or whatever if you're playing locally to see who comes out on top. I guess I personally wasn't all that interested because if I wanted to play something like this, I would just play Vampire Survivors
Mm-hmm.
because there's plenty of variety in characters there to begin with. And I'm not really interested in going up against the other characters.
I see.
Like that part doesn't really interest me.
I see.
The satisfaction of Vampire Survivors comes from like taking on these waves and hordes of enemies, and that's where the appeal is for me. But I could totally see, how that would appeal to a group of people. So yeah,
Cool.
Lords of the Fallen 2. Did you do anything here?
No, I didn't have anything to say
No,
about
me
this.
neither.
Lies of P.
Okay, this I thought was a pretty big deal. I wondered if this would ever get a port to the Switch 2. This game is pretty highly praised when it came out. I wondered if you might be interested in playing this cuz this from my understanding is very similar to the
Very similar to Souls.
right. And I've only heard great things about this game.
Yeah, me as well. I think I don't, and it's for a really kind of stupid and arbitrary reason. Well, there's too many ones. The main one being that, like, when I think of Pinocchio, I think of the Disney Pinocchio,
Yes.
and that Pinocchio is very much based on the idea that, like, that father and son duo are, like, supportive of each other. And from what I've heard about this one, that just is not the relationship that it is. It's a lot more true to the original Pinocchio novel, where
How dare they? How dare they?
that's that's not what happened in that novel, and that's totally okay. So I'm happy that this exists. And this ties into a problem that again I'll bring up near the end when it goes over the montage of all the third party games kind of before the end. I'll bring up a point that I think Lies of P that the Onimusha, is that what that sword game at the beginning was called that we skipped over?
I think so. Yeah.
I have one thought that kind of sums up all of these games, and I'll explain that more in a bit.
Okay.
But yeah, happy to see it exist. Devil May Cry 5, that was crazy.
Devil May Cry 5, yeah.
That was crazy.
Okay, the Switch 2 is getting crazy good third-party support, man. Like, Switch had pretty good third-party support, like way better than any other console
Way
they've
better
ever
than
had.
any other Nintendo console for sure.
But Switch 2 is just taking it up a notch. I mean,
well, it makes sense, right? Because I mean, it's finally like Nintendo has a console that's strong enough to handle these newer games.
it's
so,
basically a portable PS4 Pro, is what I understand it to be.
yeah, like it makes sense. And yeah,
it's cool, man.
Yeah.
Now, there's an upcoming one here in a little bit. Sorry, I don't mean any disrespect by skipping stuff, but okay. Your sweet, sweet wife. Is she going to go crazy for this?
Yeah, because she just finished Xenoblade Chronicles 2 for the first time today and then immediately turned around and booted up Xenoblade Chronicles 3. And if she's still playing, is currently on like hour 7 of playing that game. Like she has just been completely absorbed back into it right now. Yeah, I obviously have a very, what's the right word? Contentious relationship with this franchise.
Yes, it is not
what
you wanted it to be.
It was not what I wanted it to be, and I have some pretty clear issues where it just is not a game that I will enjoy. And these changes.
It was the third one that you played, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I played a lot of it. I put like 40 hours into that thing.
Oh my goodness, dude.
And I've never played a game for 40 hours only to realize that I haven't been enjoying myself for the last like 30 of them. Like, no, so I was telling her about this. And she was like, well, yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't know if we'll end up getting the upgrade versions just because we already own all 3 of these games and she's played through them recently. And I
think you can upgrade to it.
Oh, without having to.
Yeah, I don't remember the price. I thought I saw on Twitter.
Right, so that's what it is that because it's an extra paid on, like I don't think the benefits that you get from upgrading it matter enough for us to justify it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. You don't need it, so even if it's like $10, probably just pass.
If she wants it, she can get it, but like I'm
up
not.
to her, yeah.
Yeah.
No, gotcha.
Just yeah, and then it rolls right into this next one.
Yeah. Did she watch this one?
She did. She's happy.
Oh, I bet.
She's really happy. So this is an announcement of another Xenoblade game. One important distinction: it is not called Xenoblade Chronicles.
Xenoblade Genesis.
It is just Xenoblade. Now, Xenoblade is part of a larger series of games that's just referred to as the Xeno games. And each sub-series is kind of considered its own thing, similar to how Final Fantasy has a lot of sects within it that all relate to Final Fantasy, but there's like the mainline games, and then there's the tactics games, and then there's side adventures, that kind of stuff. So while this seems to be similar to Xenoblade Chronicles for sure, it does open up the possibility that this will have different gameplay sets. So I'm waiting on this one.
Okay.
Will I end up buying it?
reviews?
Yes, because my wife's gonna want it, and
Right.
so I'll end up paying Monolith anyway to play this game, or for my wife to play this game. But with it not being Xenoblade Chronicles, I really hope
Maybe that's what you need.
that the combat is not so
Oh man,
the way that it is.
You're gonna piss off some people. Can I say this might be the best looking Switch 2 game I've ever seen?
Really.
Yeah, I mean
Even after the final announcement in this one.
Yeah, the sharpness of the characters,
Really?
the colors, they're so vibrant. I mean, and then the backgrounds, man. Like obviously Monolith has always been really good at creating these huge, vistas and worlds and stuff, right? But then like this like cell shading art style thing that they have going on in combination with whatever lighting they're doing for the backgrounds, dude, look at that. Like it looks so good. Oh my goodness, dude.
See, that's the thing. It's going to look great. The soundtrack's going to be great. And the story is going to be like the perfect fit for some people. And it's going to be way too convoluted for others, which is how it's been with every Xenoblade game.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting and holding my breath. I want to see gameplay first. Because if it's the same system using Xenoblade Chronicles, I know that I'm not going to play it. Because it's just not a fit for me. If it's different, if it requires a bit more from you, like actively while combat's actually going on, I'm not opposed to trying because I know I'm going to end up buying it for Liv anyway.
I was going to say, is she going to play it first and then he'll just
check it out? She already told me. She's like, yeah, so when that comes out, can I have that? I'm like, yeah, we can make that happen.
So she's going to be playing just back to back to back, right? Because she's playing 3 now, and then she's just going to go into this. Yeah, she'll have a bit of a wait, but...
Can we talk about this?
Okay.
Can we talk about this?
I have some thoughts about this. This is the Nintendo Switch...
Nintendo Switch Sports
Resort. Bit of a mouthful. I think, in terms of what it is, this is good.
Mm-hmm.
You can play as the Miis now, which it should have been like that from the very beginning. They kind of killed the whole, I don't know. I feel like the identity of, the good old Wii Sports days was just kind of tossed out the window with this art style of characters that they've came up with. They're not ugly, but it's just part of the charm was the janky looking Miis. But so this is I'm excited for this. This is good. But I do think this just spits in the face of those who bought the original.
The original Nintendo Switch Sports.
Yes, because this isn't even an add-on or anything, right? It's like if you bought the first one, that was like the trial run. That's like the inferior version, the one you don't really care about. There's really no incentive to having that one. This is just a clearly better what it should have been from the beginning. In my opinion.
Yeah, so this is the outside of the final reveal, this is what I was most excited about. I'm buying this.
Sick.
I am of the very firm belief that as great as Wii Sports is, Wii Sports Resort is one of the best like mini game collections ever made anywhere.
Yeah.
It's so good. I love Woohoo Island, and as soon as I saw that they're bringing the plane back, like that was enough for me to be like, okay, like, am I a little sad that we don't see sword fighting here? Yeah, but everything else that I see,
Yeah.
like I'm totally in. I just am so in, and I will be buying this because these games I know are games that like I'll just get hooked on. Like I can play that over and over and over and over and have a good time with it. So I'm super hyped that this exists. You can just keep letting it play because he does the little demo.
Oh, he does? Okay.
Yeah, I was so stoked to see this happen. I'm buying it. I know that I'm buying it, and well, I agree that, you know, for those original buyers, it is a little unfortunate.
If I'd bought the original, I'd be kind of pissed. I'd be like, crap. I would have buyer's remorse, like pretty bad.
But with this one having 12 games, I'm like, yeah, this is Thumb wrestling is an interesting choice, and this is a little goofy.
I thought that was a little okay. You know, I don't really care for that. How I felt watching this is similar to how I felt when I was watching, like reviews and trailers for Super Mario Party Jamboree. I was like, oh crap, this is the Mario Party that I should have bought. Why did I buy Super Mario Party? Super Mario Party is still a good game. It's still fun, but it is in every way inferior to Jamboree, and this is that for the original Switch Sports. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna buy it. I do want it though. I don't know what the price is on this. I haven't looked it up.
I'd be surprised if this sells for 80, but this is probably a 60 digital, 70 physical, if I had to guess.
That would be my guess too. Yeah. And it's a great game to have, man. It's just you can't go wrong with.
Well, it's just it's fun, it's lighthearted, and
anybody can play it.
Like if you have
friends over,
if you have this and Mario Kart, like that's all you need. Like I feel like this is the first time that Nintendo has a second multiplayer game for the Switch too that like gives you enough content to make it worth playing.
Smash.
I did think this
not
on the Switch too yet.
Yeah, you're right.
I did think this this demo was funny, and that at the end of the demo, bro lost. I was like, they couldn't let bro win against the CPU. Come on!
Of all the ones to showcase, that's the one you showcase.
Bro had to lose thumb wrestling to a bot. That was crazy.
Oh my gosh.
No, yeah, so super excited for that.
RuneScape.
I don't really have anything on this unless
I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. No disrespect. Just moving along here. Hello Kitty Party Island. Okay. All right. My wife likes Hello Kitty. I almost said Hero Kitty. Dang. Japanese coming out here. Star Fox. We got more Star Fox stuff.
It looks great.
Yeah.
Like some of those boss fights look a lot more engaging than I remember them being on the N64, which is great. You know, I've been hesitant, and it has nothing to do with the game itself, but like we just sent that, or you sent that link into the Discord earlier today, where Amazon's like giving people like $10 off to order it for pre-order, and it's like,
yep.
If that's the case, that doesn't really point to like, oh, these are flying off the shelves, or people are scrambling to get their hands on Star Fox. It's like they're giving you extra motivation to buy it, which does make me think like, oh no, this game's not going to sell well, and Star Fox is going to die again because no one's buying it.
What got me really excited about this was the free demo available today.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to try it out. I think that was the right move because I think
Absolutely.
there are a lot of people, especially those that have played the originals, that are going to be a little skeptical. It's like, do I need this? Do I really want it? Right? A lot of people new to Star Fox because Star Fox hasn't been relevant in years. Free demo is a great move, and I'm definitely going to
And,
check it out and see how it plays.
and to be fair, the treehouse that they did after was pretty much solely focused on
Did you
just
watch all of it?
not all of it, but
Okay.
like when they started out and were playing through the opening, I was like, oh no, yeah. I mean, like the cinematic looks nice. The initial gameplay on Corneria looks good.
Yeah.
Like I'm more impressed with it the more that I see it. I just don't know if I'm fully there on like, yes, I'm gonna buy this yet.
Yeah. Are you personally going to get your
Yeah.
money's worth, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
Oh.
understandable. Final Fantasy
Uh-huh.
Resonance. Okay, all right. I'm just skipping ahead here. There's a silly little game. We've got Dragon Quest game, Dragon Quest Pokemon, basically, where you can fuse your
Uh-huh.
characters together.
Uh-huh.
That is a concept.
Oh, Dusk Bloods, which is the From
I
Software
figured you might want
Nintendo Switch exclusive. The only thing that makes me really sad about this is the multiplayer aspect and that it's a um PvE, I think. I think it requires the online connection and you have to like it's not like a single player experience, it's multiplayer. Um which is a little disappointing just because I shouldn't say disappointing. I'm very new to the From Software game. I feel unqualified to share that opinion, but um with it being like very not a spiritual successor to Bloodborne, but I mean in that more gothic and Victorian art style. I'm really happy this exists, and I think this was a huge win for the Switch 2 to get as an exclusive because, like, I know people that are From Software gamers that will buy a Switch 2 solely to play this game.
Yeah.
Um,
You're not gonna. You're thinking no.
I'll wait.
Yeah,
I'll wait
just
to get like a
see, yeah.
full because I still don't fully understand how the gameplay loop works, and
It could be one of those situations where like it is soloable, but a lot of bosses are gonna be
like
much.
brutally like it's not if it's easy if it's clearly not meant to be played single player.
Yeah.
Like I just don't know.
Because like Relink has some bosses that are pretty difficult solo, but you can do it,
Mm-hmm.
you know? But I don't know. It's interesting because like I've liked that balance where you can do either or, and going to like, the Relink Discord server and like, getting help from the boys to beat some bosses. Like I found a good amount of joy out of that as well.
And I
But
think one thing that I will share, FromSoft games have allowed for co-op on this type of thing, right? Like you can summon people in Elden Ring to come and help you take on certain bosses, which is great. And you could do the same thing in Bloodborne. I don't, right? Because no one that I know plays Bloodborne currently. But what they have done is that they've set up a system where instead of summoning another live player, if the boss is giving you a hard time, like each boss fight has a little lantern outside where you can spend a currency to summon an NPC for that attempt. I feel like if they were to have something similar in this system, like yeah, like this might be enough for me to buy.
because if they have that kind of mechanic to make
Right,
it
where it's like if
soloable,
you like if you do need help. Now I've avoided using that. I know there's a lot of purists out there that say if you do that you're cheating the game. I haven't used that on any boss that's part of the main game. There was one optional boss that I just could not do on my own. I died like
it's an
15
intended
attempts.
game mechanic. What's
It's
the big
in there,
deal?
right? Like and the NPCs are not as good as co-op players helping you out. So I feel okay. I feel justified. Anyway, if there's something like that in there, yeah, like I might try this out because of how much I've loved Bloodborne so far.
Can I just say that rat goes really hard?
Bro,
Is that a rat? That's a rat,
it's gotta
right?
be rats.
I was like, dang, that's a sick looking rat.
He looks like he's about to get ready down to business, man.
Yeah,
He's not
yeah.
messing around.
His voice too. Anyway, I just want to bring that up because I thought that rat was cool. Splatoon?
The Splatoon single player like treasure hunting game. It's a thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I tried Splatoon. I tried Splatoon 3.
Oh.
Just wasn't my thing. Yeah, just wasn't my thing. But I totally understand why people love it and why it's as big as it is. I have a lot of respect for it. All right, we're just gonna skim through this here. Good old Splatoon Raiders. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, new Joy-Con colors, blue and light yellow. Let's go. What does that color remind me of? That reminds me of like electricity, plasma. That's what I think of when I see that. Sorry. Okay, moving on. Deltarune. Okay, yes. Mm-hmm.
I know people are really excited for that to continue, so
Yes.
happy for them.
Yes.
Metaphor
Refantasio.
Yep.
Jordan, Patreon supporter and in the Discord, is playing through this right now on Steam.
Uh-huh.
And he loves it. He's been hooked on this for quite a while now. And this was actually one of his predictions was that, I wonder if it'll get a Switch 2 port. And lo and behold, it did. So yeah, this is a Atlas game, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So very cool. Minecraft graphical updates. Let's go. Vibrant visuals. Yeah.
Okay, this montage.
Okay.
So I have things to say. I'm really happy that all these games exist. However, there is something that I wanted to get your thoughts on, right? And we've talked a little bit about how third-party support for the Switch 2 has been so solid.
Yeah.
But I do have a question. All these games that are meant for more mature audiences or are very clearly meant for adult gamers, like, do you think these games really get a lot of traffic on the Switch 2, especially with the Steam Deck existing? Because, like, with third-party games, like, they're probably available on Steam as well. And so if you want to be able to play them mobily, aren't you just going to play them on a Steam Deck? Like, what, like, you know what I mean? Like, it just
Yeah.
makes me feel like hesitant about it, where I'm like, I'm glad that this exists and it's cool to see it on the Switch 2 because it shows that developers want to support the console. But, like, how
You're
does
wondering,
that
like,
work?
yeah, how many people are actually buying these?
Like, is it worth making an entire port for a console where compared to every other console you're on, it's going to be the lowest seller?
Here's how I look at that. I think that's a really, really good question. My answer is I don't know, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But I like every company, obviously they do their market research, right? Their, the pros and cons of, okay, if we port this to the Switch, is it going to be worth it? Return on investment, blah blah blah. I am happy that enough companies are saying yes, it is worth it to port it to the Switch 2 based on our analysis and research and everything that we understand about our game to put it on the Switch. I'm happy that we are getting so many of that, right? Because that tells me that the answer to your question probably leans on the side of yes. Otherwise, we wouldn't be seeing so many.
Yeah. Do you want to pause it for me real quick? I don't know. I'm glad that it exists. I hope that it continues. It just does make me think, like, I saw, like, the Metal Gear Solid collection.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, oh, that's really cool. But who's going to buy that on a Switch? Right, especially because that, like, I don't know.
And also, there are a surprising number of people who also double dip, too.
Because, like, the handhold novelty of the Switch and being able to be mobile, like, that just isn't a thing because the Steam Deck exists and has the library access that it does because it runs through Steam.
But, I mean, the Steam Deck is popular, but it's not that popular. I mean, way more people have Switches than Steam
And
Decks.
I know that, like, there are times where, like, PC ports just struggle, right? Like, if you have a game that was built for a console and then it gets ported to PC or ported to other consoles, a lot of times the console ports are going to run just a little bit smoother, at least for a while until they work the bugs out. But I don't know.
Well, and I know plenty of PC gamers who don't have a Steam Deck.
Really?
That's a very big demographic.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, having a Steam Deck is, it is.
It's more niche
luxury.
than I'm making it out to be. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's popular, but I think there's a pretty big group of people who have Switches for Nintendo games and a PC for other games or PlayStation or
I
whatever
see. Okay.
who might pick these up, but
Okay.
who knows. All right.
Now this is the
Tell
perfect
me, tell me.
third-party game for the Nintendo Switch 2. Are you kidding me?
So
this is the perfect third-party game for the Switch.
it's one of my friends bought the cloud version on the original Switch.
Oh. Sorry, guy.
I feel bad. But I saw this whole post that Square Enix or Sony or whichever posted that if you have the cloud version, you can buy this at a discounted price. I don't know what the exact discount is, exactly how much you have to pay. But the thing that really sucks is they kind of twist your arm because crap, I didn't write it down. The cloud version, not only have they stopped selling it, you can't play it anymore. They're dead. I think as of today, if I'm not wrong.
Oof.
So it's like, okay, you can't play your game anymore. If you want to keep playing it, you got to buy this. Sure, at a discount, but oh, by the way, you better have Switch 2.
And you gotta wait till October 8th.
Yeah, so it was, but it's not a surprise to me, right? The Switch 2 now can actually handle these games locally, so naturally this is going to be the superior version. You're not going to have any lag or anything like that. And any kind of cloud-based game is going to get shut down at some point. And that's the thing, is you're not buying the game. You're renting the game until the publisher decides that it's not worth the ongoing costs of those servers anymore and they get shut down. So I will never be a proponent of cloud-based games buying those. It just doesn't make sense to me for that reason.
No, but I mean, like, for the demographic of people that own a Switch, right? Like, if people are playing Kingdom Hearts, you either grew up with Kingdom Hearts or you're a new kid, and when you see, oh, Disney characters in a video game, I want to play that. And now you have access to that on a system that you're more likely to have if you're a young child. Like, this just makes so much sense to me, and I'm so happy that this exists.
Yep. I think unless you're a PC gamer and you want to play it on your PC, this is going to be the definitive way to play these games. Because I would imagine that, like, aside from, I don't know, maybe you get crazy frame rates on PC or something, but like the graphics and stuff are going to look just great on the Switch too, on all these games, even Kingdom Hearts 3. And it comes with the Remind DLC. So, I mean, it's like you're getting the best version of all three of these games. So it's
I mean, I won't
awesome.
be buying it just because I own the entire series on PlayStation
Me too,
already.
yeah. I've got it on my Steam Deck.
But like, if you don't, like, this is fantastic. I'm a big fan of this. And not only that, you can start to fast forward, but the announcement that the fourth game is coming to the Switch 2 on launch.
I know. That was a pretty big surprise to me. I didn't think they would go that far, but I am so happy that they are, because it just means more people are going to get to play this game. And I don't know, I haven't really been following Kingdom Hearts 4 that much, because Kingdom Hearts is one of those games that they announce it way too early.
You don't follow the development cycle. You wait until you have a release date to really start to get excited.
Yeah, they say stuff all the time, and it's like, all right, bro, I'll believe it when I see it, right? I mean, we've known about this game for years at this point. But I'm seeing things that I've never seen before, right? And maybe some other people have seen this. I don't think all of this has been showcased before, but it's freaking cool looking. And this looks like they're just... Are they in Shibuya or something? Like, where... Is this Tokyo? I mean, kind of looks like it.
You know what I think makes me the most excited about this? When you look at that combat, these look like beginning areas, and it looks like they're not doing the whole power reset again. Probably for some things, but like, it looks like you're starting out with a lot of abilities that are going to make you feel like, oh, this is the fourth game in a series with the same protagonist. Like,
kind of like what they did with Jedi Survivor, right? Like you
Uh-huh.
didn't feel like an artificial nerf.
Right.
Yeah, I'm stoked, dude. I really want this game to be good because as much as I enjoyed Kingdom Hearts 3, I don't know, man. It's I will always play Kingdom Hearts 2. I will replay that game over and over and over. I always do every few years. I don't know if I'll ever replay Kingdom Hearts 3. There's a reason why you just stop playing it at some point. Um I don't know, the combat just it wasn't tight. It was too loosey goosey. It was I don't want to just say too easy because yeah, you can just up the difficulty, but like I don't know, man. Just
It
didn't the way it felt. I don't know. Maybe you can
the
elaborate more.
it was a lot flashier, and yeah, I think it was funny to start a game, and there was some little narrative dissonance where it's like, oh, Sora's back to zero. We have to like rebuild him up. You have to gain all your abilities back, and
Yeah.
yet like you have all these attraction powers and all this other stuff where it's just like you don't really feel that in the game. Like you're
I
locked out
didn't
of
like the
abilities you
attraction
used to have,
powers.
but
It was cool for like the first 5 times I used him, and then I explicitly stopped using them because whenever I used an attraction power, it was just like a skip battle sequence. So
yeah.
okay, I saw this and I was like, okay, I'm not getting my hopes up. I'm not getting
Right.
my
I mean,
hopes
I
up.
saw Hyrule and I was like, okay, it's
This is a
Zelda.
Hyrule
It's
thing.
Zelda. That's
It could be
great.
a spin-off, right? We don't
Uh huh.
know. And as soon as I saw the Great Deku Tree, I was like, "Oh man,
Really, that
don't do this
was
to me! Don't do this to me!" I wasn't sure 100%,
right.
but
Like I was still
I'm like
hesitant.
starting to get my hopes up.
But the narrative, right? Like what he's like narrating is like, okay, this is.
And then I heard Kokiri. I'm like, "Oh,
Even then, I wasn't sold. I was like, okay,
it's
I'm not there yet. Like if this is like this could be something else, but and then and then
yeah." This is the confirmation right
this
here.
right here.
That line alone was enough for me, but
Oh, not this. I wait until I actually.
yeah, that line when he said there was one particular boy, I was like, "Okay, this is
That shot right there was where I was like, okay,
yeah,
this is what they're doing. That's when I knew.
Ocarina of Time getting remade." I Dude, I cried, man. I cried during this reveal. I think the last time I felt this emotional about a game coming out was the Breath of the Wild reveal. Um oh my goodness. I'm so excited. Like this is the game that really jump started my love for video games. This is a game that played a significant part in my bonding with my dad, at his bachelor pad when I was in Japan living with him. Um, so much of my childhood, my friends, is I owe to this game. And I've replayed it this year, the randomizer. Um, I cannot wait to play it again. I am so excited. I have a couple other thoughts, but I'll let you say your thing.
No, will you actually just continue to let the video play for a second because I am super excited, but that was the best part for me. Seeing that it's coming out
2026.
this year.
Yeah.
Because Zelda does have kind of a habit of announcing a game and it being like a year to a year and a half, or in the cases of like the Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom games being a couple years.
That's true.
But seeing this come out and knowing like, okay, this is this year. This is going to be the holiday game for this year.
Yeah.
I was super stoked. I think Link's model that they use in the trailer looks gorgeous. If that's the style that they're aiming for, obviously it'll probably be downgraded a little bit in actual gameplay. But it looks stunning.
The
Oh, he's not a fan of the art style.
So I still have some reservations, right? So like my standards for Ocarina of Time are insane, and I'm not expecting them to meet everything because I don't really think they can meet everybody's expectation on a game like this. The art style, it reminds me of Hyrule Warriors Link. which is not bad. That's a good looking Link, right? But this isn't enough for me to make any determination.
Okay.
Because this is just one shot, one setting, right? One particular scene with this specific lighting.
I mean, look at those come on, man. Fireflies, treehouse. Look at that.
Yeah, but the thing is, okay, see, for example, the 3DS remake of Ocarina of Time, it was an upgrade basically in every way from the N64 version, right? I'm not a fan of how that game looks because it's too vibrant, it's too saturated. Like, there are way too many bright colors that really don't belong in a world where the awful things that are taking place are taking place. And it seems so out of place to me. And one of the little things, the trickery that they did in the original Ocarina of Time that I think contributes a lot to how the game feels, and just being ominous at times, and a little like dark and mysterious, is because of the N64's limited hardware capabilities. They would place a lot of fog in the distance so that the game wouldn't have to render those objects. That was like pretty much gone on the 3DS because the 3DS was powerful enough to do all that. So like, it was just too bright, too saturated, and that feel from the N64 version is gone. So I've never played the 3DS version because of that reason. I've never been a fan. Whenever I replay, I always replay the original N64 version. And I just hope that this game can capture, I don't know, the best word I can put to this is the feel of the original Ocarina of Time game. If it can do that, I'll be so happy. But what we've seen is just not enough for me to really say whether I'm happy or not happy with the art style and stuff. Because, like, there's so much more that I need to see. I need to see the characters' movements. I need to see their facial reactions. I need to see the lighting. I need to see how they handle those distant, objects. And are they going to have any kind of fog or anything like that to preserve anything from the original? And what are they changing about the game? I think there are a few things that would be good to change, like the way you aim with the oh my gosh, the boomerang is pretty notorious. It's pretty bad. The bow and arrow and the slingshot is not as bad, but it's still a little tricky to get used to, right? The way you take on and off the iron boots or the hover boots or whatever, they changed that in the 3DS version, so I'm sure they're gonna update it in this too.
Make
but
it a
like,
button. As long as it's a button, it's all good.
yeah, just a toggle. But yeah, I'm just curious because this is a full blown, because like the title screen even looks different, and on the 3DS version they retain the look of the original N64 one and just put Ocarina of Time 3D, and that's all they said, which makes sense for what they were trying to do. So, the fact this is a different looking title screen, Ocarina of Time, this looks different. That tells me that they have significantly really remade the game. And I don't know. I'm just curious to see what else they've changed.
As someone who, in his personal ranking of the Zelda games, puts Ocarina of Time near the bottom of the 3D Zeldas, I am so excited to see this. When they announce pre-orders, I will be pre-ordering it. I will be playing this day one. I'm really excited to revisit this and see what comes of it. I'm thrilled that this leak actually came true, and I think if Nintendo was going to do anything to celebrate Zelda's 40th, this definitely makes the most sense. And while I feel that way about Ocarina of Time, I do think it's the best way to kind of honor Zelda's legacy as a franchise, in celebrating what it came from, and everything that it's built upon. And so I'm super excited. I'm really happy that this exists.
That, based on what you just said, it makes me wonder if this version of Ocarina of Time would be at a different, place in your ranking.
I imagine that because this game's going to play a little bit smoother, and frankly, like, I've really enjoyed a lot of what the Zelda team's been doing recently. Um, I imagine I'm going to like this more than the original, which I'm sure is going to be sacrilegious to pretty much everybody that's ever played both.
But it should be that way.
But like,
I hope it's better than the original.
I do wonder about that because like
original.
my subjective rankings, if I were to rank them objectively, they would probably be ranked differently. But for me, it would be Wind Waker, Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, Twilight Princess, Majora's Mask, all kind of interchangeable depending on the day.
Yeah.
And then Ocarina of Time, then Skyward Sword. So yeah, like I do wonder, like, is this enough to be placed above those three that are interchangeable? Will it just kind of join that list of like, depending on the day, I'd rank these differently? Yeah, I'm super excited, man. This makes me happy that I have a Switch 2.
I sent this to my brother Noah, and he was like, "Oh shoot,
I gotta buy a Switch 2.
This is monumental. I might need to buy a Switch 2."
Because like I really enjoyed Mario Kart, and I'm really excited for Switch Sports Resort, but neither of those games to me really feel like. Every console that I've ever owned, there's been a game where I'm like, I'm glad that I own this console because of this game. Like if this was the only game I had, I would still feel like it was worth it to have a console. And I think this is the first like real attempt that a game has to be that for the Switch 2 for me.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
For me, this year it's gonna be this, Fire Emblem, maybe Star Fox. I'm not sure. I'll see how the demo goes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the Nintendo Direct from today. They wrapped it up here. They went ahead and introduced Nintendo of America's new president. Well, not new. She's been in the job for a while, but she kind of made her first like general appearance in a Direct. Talked about a couple things and transitioned to the Treehouse, which, as we mentioned earlier, went over Star Fox.
I was surprisingly disappointed at how little enthusiasm she showed.
Yeah, she seemed like she was reining it in.
I don't know if she just isn't really a public speaker, and that's not really her strength, and she actually does like love gaming and stuff, but just based on her body language, her tone, her voice, just how she communicated, I saw that and thought, she's a CEO. I don't expect her to be. I don't think she's a gamer. I don't know. And I don't know. It's just a little robotic to me, especially compared to Doug Bowser was a little bit like that too, but like he wasn't that corporate.
He had a cheat
looking.
code. His last name's Bowser. Like that the jokes write themselves.
And he'd play off of it. He's self-aware, and I guess, we can't all have Reggies, but yeah.
And an unpopular opinion, I've been seeing so forth where they're like, how are you going to announce an Ocarina of Time remake and then not show like anything from it? And I actually disagree. I think that it makes sense to announce this game during the summer period, right? Summer Games Fest, all the other showcases, or Sony calls them state of plays, all the different things that different companies have been doing. I think it makes sense to announce this, wait for a little bit for some of those other excitements to die down, and then to have this have its own dedicated direct. Because with major games, that's what they do, right? They do individual directs for certain games, and I think that's what this game deserves.
Yes.
And this is enough, especially knowing that it comes out within the next 6 months. This is enough for me now. We're like, okay, I can wait until they do its own direct to give us some more details. I think it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and they explicitly stated that we would get more information about the game in the future, which I think presumably likely means its own dedicated direct. I think there's enough changes in this game that warrants its own direct.
For sure.
And if I had to guess, Nintendo likes dropping big games in November. So I think this will be a November release, and I think we will get a dedicated direct for this probably September or October. If I had to guess, it'd probably September.
I would say like probably that week after Fire Emblem releases.
That would be a great
I think
time
that's when they
to
would do it.
it. Yeah.
Just to make
Maybe
sure
a
that they
little bit
don't
later.
convince people, or yeah, just so that people aren't like, oh, just wait until Ocarina of Time comes out.
Yeah.
But
so I don't know. Overall, man, this is probably one of the most hype directs for me personally, based on my interests.
This is one of the better directs.
Yeah. I mean, just having this alone in the direct is gonna make it skyrocket above so many others.
And see, I've felt that way before, but there are other times where like there have been like major announcements like this, but like the rest of the direct was really, really weak, right? And I didn't feel like this direct was really ever too weak. Like I felt like they had a really good mix of types of games.
There's something for most people.
Like this, I really actually feel like was super, super solid.
I agree.
Like if we did number ratings here, which we really don't do, like this would be like an 8.5 or a 9 out of 10 direct, just because of how excited this game is. Switch Sports Resort, and then the rest of it just generally being like not boring or not all the same. Like I was really happy with how this turned out.
I mean, the only other thing, like, what more can we ask for, right?
The only other thing you could possibly ask for is a 3D Mario. But yeah, who's going to announce a 3D Mario and an Ocarina of Time remake in the same direct? This is in 2017. No. You're not getting Breath of the Wild and then Mario Odyssey 6 months later. That's not how things work anymore.
It takes too long for games to be developed.
We're not coming off of a failing console where your next console has to be a success. No, they don't need to do that, and they know it. They know it. So just wait a year for Mario to come.
And they got to keep Mario in the back pocket, you know. Mario's going to have his time.
Like, as much as I love Zelda, Mario really is the, oh no, we need something. Mario, and that's enough.
Yeah.
That's enough to keep it going.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. So, all right, guys. Well, let us know your thoughts about this. Big thanks to our Patreon supporters.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Joshua, Tyler, and Matthew, who are Down to Earth Cockatiels, and we've got the Down to Earth Parakeets, Jay Maurer, Noah, and Qualthorn. Thank you very much. What games from the Direct are you excited about? Please let us know. You can email us. You can join the Discord. You know how to reach us. Everything's in the description. We'll chat with you next time.
See you then.